Be me, maybe 9 or 10 years old. You've just finished playing the campaign of your first Call of Duty game, Call of Duty World at War. I'm not going to sit you down here and describe to you the horrors of Call of Duty World at War because it's been beaten to death, and also you should just read about the history of World War II if you really want the full picture. So we're moving on. You think it's over, World War II is over, and an incredible somber feeling is washing over you, knowing that millions of people died in a war long ago that shaped the power dynamic for the world we live in today. When all of a sudden, the credits end, and your screen goes dark, but the loading bar appears. Welcome to arguably the most iconic game mode in all of gaming history, Nazi Zombies. An experience that has defined literal generations of COD players. Again, that being an entirely different video on its own. How's it going? My name's Poet, and today we're going to focus on World at War's zombie experience, primarily Nacht Der Untoten, and how this little box of a map laid the foundations for COD Zombies. The first map, the map that gave every 10-year-old nightmares. Nacht Der Untoten is a simple little map, being greenlit to add to the game damn near release. The building of Nacht is a reused building from the campaign found in the American side of the war, specifically in the mission Hard Landing. It's also based off of the real-life Japanese air headquarters of the airfield on Peleliu Island from 1944. Its layout is a little different, with more areas being accessible in Zombies, but it also not being as deep as it is in the campaign. Also, it's not set in the same area, with the original building obviously being in Peleliu, and Nacht Der Untoten presumably being located somewhere in Europe, considering the fact that we're fighting Nazi zombies. The building features a couple of wall buys and interactable. You can mess with the fucking radio. Some wall writing that really doesn't give us much other than indication on where we can go, and one corner to effectively hold out in, but more on that later. You're probably thinking that this map is pretty boring, and nowadays I probably wouldn't blame you. I mean, after playing Cum City on Black Ops 3, there's really no going back. Machine. Oh, that was just me. While there isn't much to the map in modern days, this stuff was pretty revolutionary in 2008. A bonus to the base game experience only unlocked after beating the campaign. And most importantly, zombie games that were coming out around this time were things like Dead Space and Silent Hill. And while you do face some undead freak bags in those games, it wasn't cooperative in the same way that COD was. That being said, the original Left 4 Dead also came out like 6 days after World at War, meaning that the only competition for World at War zombies was Left 4 Dead. That's pretty good competition. But Left 4 Dead obviously isn't the same as World at War. Left 4 Dead's entire story centered around zombies, where Call of Duty obviously did not center around zombies. They also both completely are different in how they handle the zombies, with the story of Left 4 Dead being like this cooperative zombie game, where World at War's zombies experience was more of just trying to survive to see who survived the longest, which made it easier to bounce between the two games for different experiences, in my opinion. Back in the older days of COD Zombies, surviving the longest on a map was a competition. The idea behind Nacht and Zombies was simple. You and your buddies try to survive the undead horde of German soldiers. No Easter eggs, unless you count the radio. No extraction, just go until you die, and you will die. If you were at the top of the leaderboards for round survived though, you were the hottest shit. I mean, you might as well just have the pimp cane and the gold chains. That was you. It meant that every run on any map back then came with the express purpose of seeing how long you could hold out. Not the Easter eggs, not the extraction. It was, I need to beat Billy Bob's high score record so I can go to school tomorrow and call him a punk bitch to his face. Speaking of holding out, you recall the corner that I talked about? Well, welcome it back, because this spot is where your ass sat if you were going for a high round count on this map. There was one route, and one route only you took on this map. It was through the hell door and up the staircase to the next room over. There you sat in this corner and shot at the zombies as they poured from the doorway and the right window. If you're not in this corner, you're probably dying on a mediocre round count. And don't even get me started on people who bought the stair sofa route. People would straight up threaten your life if you bought this door, and God help you if you were a squeaker like I was while I played this game. Dear God help you. All this being said, we're missing the answer to a pretty big question, I feel. What's the deal with it being zombies? Why not make a horde mode where you face an onslaught of NPC forces like the Japanese or German army from the campaign? Why not vampires or werewolves? Make this shit Twilight. Wasn't that popular back then? Well, I can think of two reasons why they went with zombies as opposed to Edward and Jacob. One, zombies as a monster type were exploding in the late 2000s. Media was eating this monster type up. No pun intended. Not even a year after this game came out, Zombieland, arguably the best zombie movie ever, and I will die on that hill, came out. So this was probably a major selling point for Activision to use zombies. But the reason I theorize it actually being is much darker, and if you think about it, much creepier. Now let me say, this is speculation, but what if the reason they chose zombies, more specifically Nazi zombies, was because of your actions during the campaign? Pacific theater was brutal, sure, but the European theater, you literally had the choice of killing surrendering or wounded German soldiers. You watched and participated in the killings of hundreds of soldiers throughout the course of the campaign. I'm not saying that these people were necessarily good people, but the fact remains that you are taking lives for hours or days depending on how long you took to beat the campaign itself. Now, you and your buddies have to pay the price for being murderous madmen in the 1940s. Locked in a building with nowhere to go, facing your own demons because hell is full and the undead have come to walk the earth. If there was a hell on earth, Nacht is it. Further proven by this god-forsaken cabinet. Who the hell thought this was a funny... Okay, now you're thinking, how did this map lay the foundation for COD zombies? Let's wrap it up. I knew this video was clickbait bullshit. Wrong! Slowly, I've been laying the framework, and now I'm going to melt your mind if you haven't been paying attention. So get off TikTok and listen up. Nacht being the first map cemented the game mode's roots. The setting is usually creepy, taking place in a timeline that just doesn't feel right. With you and up to 3 other dudes being stuck in a map with endless hordes of zombies coming after you. You gain points by killing said zombies and use them to upgrade your arsenal, whatever that may look like. There is no end to the zombies. You hold out as long as possible until you all die, whether that come from being overwhelmed or a stupid mistake. But the end is all the same. A personal unending hell until death. Or at least that's how it was, but that's a discussion for another time. The stats to compare, such as highest kill count and rounds survived, is the stat to keep track of and flex them off to your friends. These things are all staples of zombies, still going strong in COD zombies today. There's a reason why round 100 challenge videos do so well still. People want to see others survive in zombies for that long. Every single COD zombies map since then has had these 3 basic principles set in stone. It is a tried and true formula that is made for thousands of hours of fun. The perk, Easter eggs, weapons, and hell even the end of the game may change, but the base experience that all started on the stupid gray box building back in 2008 remains. So next time you fire up Black Ops 3 to play some Welcome to Chile zombies, thank your local Nacht Der Untoten. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you made it this far, tell me, what is your favorite old school zombies map? Personally, I think Doriz is the best. I have so many fond memories of that map I'd love to talk about in a future video. If you liked the video, do the YouTube things, like it, comment on it, share it. And if you like me a lot, subscribe to the channel. You'd be helping a brother out. I've been Poet. Thank you all for watching.